What's up, everybody? Thought I'd do a video today on one of these bikes because I'm going to put it up for sale. I'm in a position where, there's a lot of dudes that, a lot of people out there do collecting. Something comes up, you've got to sell a bike. Mine, unfortunately, is I have a sick pet who we're having to take to the vet every couple weeks, and it's stacking up. So I'm going to put a bike up for sale, and I figured since I'm going to put it up for sale, I'll make a video documenting it just so I can look back on it and enjoy that bike. So let's see if I can squeeze back here. One sec. I'm knocking everything over. So you've probably seen pictures of it. I have a 1980 Looptail Boss. Pretty rare. I've had it since I was like 14 or 15. I'm going to pull it out of here and we'll go over the bike, just get a good look at it, and you guys come along for the ride. But I'm basically making this so I have something to look back on, because I am kind of bummed I'm having to sell this, but that's life, and I am grateful that I have some of these things I can fall back onto to help pay for bills when time is needed. And unfortunately, this guy is the lowest on the totem pole because my bash guard bikes I'm a freak about. So this guy's gonna go. So I'm gonna pull this out and we'll get it outside, take a couple looks at it, take a few laps on it, and yeah, go through it and talk about it and let everybody take a look at it, because you don't see too many Looptail Bosses out there. So yeah, let's get it out and take a quick look. All right, guys, I'm gonna take this guy for a quick rip and talk about its history a little. So this Boss is little. Any bike from 1980 is little. Yeah, so I got this bike. I grew up in Prineville, Oregon, and I was riding a bully, and I bent the back end. Yeah, familiar story, huh? I bent the back end on the bully trying to learn tail whips, and I didn't have a frame. And like back then, a lot of people would you just scrounge up a frame, and one of my friend's brothers gave me this. So he's like, hey, I've got a BMX frame. Gave me this. I didn't think twice. I just put it together. It was 10 years old then, and it felt like it was from my parents' age. But I rode it for a while and then ended up, I think I got a dyno. So here, I'm gonna hop off this thing so we can get a couple more looks at it. But I ended up getting a dyno and rode that for a while, and I think I just left this at a friend's house. And then about 4 years ago, I get a call from my buddy Jimmy, and he says that there's 2 frames in his barn. Jimmy's somebody I grew up riding with, the person I left the house at. So I drive down there, and it was this Boss, and I think you guys seen it in our videos before, the mint green, or the green Redline RL20B we have. So yeah, I was psyched. I mean, this is literally the only frame I had that I rode when I was a kid, but I'm gonna let it go today. So I wanted to just take it for a quick rip, get a nice video of it to remember it by, and then I'm gonna pull it apart and keep a couple things on it. I'm gonna keep these wheels, but it's got, I think, 79 Robinson forks. I'm gonna sell those. I'm gonna sell the frame, probably keep the stem, probably keep everything else, but sell the frame and fork. And then I'll come up with another early 80s racer. Yeah, this bike, I raced at Frogtown this year, had a bunch of fun on it. So yeah, I'm gonna pull it into the shop, kind of give you few more up close shots of it, and show you the serial number. And yeah, we'll get down to business on this, and hopefully we can find it a good home, maybe a nice Boss collector. Yeah, somebody that's going to appreciate it. That's what I'm hoping for. So, all right, I'm going to get this in the shop, and we'll keep going. All right, I'm back in the shop, so we're going to get a quick look over this bike. So these are the Repop Moto Mags. I didn't want to race this at Frogtown because the parts that I had originally set out for it, I had some ACSD rims, and that just wasn't going to work with how big I am. I've got a racing seat post. I think this is a Viscount saddle. I'm not going to dig under there, but really do like this seat. CW bars. Got some MX brakes, you know, some, here, we'll give you Stag Hump ones. Just some, you know, your normal rat trap pedals. Some Takagi cranks. Pretty sure this is a Mongoose Stamp sprocket. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2nd gen Tough Neck. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 2nd gen. Excalibur seat clamp. Robinson forks from, I believe these are 79. You know, they got the built-in rake, like a lot of the forks did back then. So here's the cool thing about this bike. So I think Boss really only did 80 where they did Looptail, and Bosses, especially this time, are very similar to Pattersons and Pandas. We had some confusion on all of this. I mean, this here, I think is kind of reminiscent to a Patterson, except it's got the hole. This brake bridge is all drilled out. But if we get down here, if we can see the serial number, it says B0014. So when I was at Frogtown, I went to show this to Carlos, and he's the guy that started Boss and everything. And he said this is the 14th Boss ever made. So this might be one of the earliest Bosses in existence still, which is kind of bumming me out on having to let it go since I've had it for so long. And, you know, it has that much history with it. But at the same time, I like those type of bikes more. So if I can get this to a good home and a good collector and get some money to go towards my dog's bills, I'll feel like it's a win-win. So, yeah, just wanted to basically make a video of this, just documenting this bike. I had a ton of fun racing it at Frogtown this year, and yeah, so just wanted to share it with you guys. If you're watching this video today and you're wondering if you want to grab it, it'll be up on BMX Museum probably at least by tomorrow morning, but maybe by tonight. So all right, cool guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.